So the other day, as I was trying to use my 2012 MacBook Pro, I noticed that the trackpad was not working, and it turns out that the battery had swollen. So today I'll be showing you how to remove it safely and replace it with a brand new one. Starting off with what you'll need for this procedure, it's super simple, and you just need to buy a reputable replacement battery that's compatible with your model. I picked this one off eBay for about $25, which includes the two necessary screwdrivers to do this. You want to look for the model A1322 for the battery, and this is for MacBook model A1278, which goes from the mid-2009 to the mid-2012 non-Retina Macs. This one came with its own little instruction guide if you want to take a look at it. But what you really need is, of course, the replacement battery, plus a tri-point Y0 screwdriver, which is specific to Apple, and a Phillips 00 screwdriver. Optional, but definitely very handy, is to have some way of keeping track of your tiny screws. In this case, I just picked up a random small container that I have lying around. If you have a nice magnetic disc, that would be even better. Something a lot more optional is a plastic spudger to help remove the battery connector, but if you have long fingernails like I do, you really don't need this extra piece. Step one for safety reasons is to make sure your battery is at a very low percentage. You let it drain out if possible, that way it's a lot less dangerous, especially if you have a swollen battery like in my case. Make sure the MacBook is obviously completely powered down before you attempt to remove the back cover, which are all Phillips 00 screws with that screwdriver. Now this next step is optional, but because I have a potentially flammable exploding battery here, I want to at least protect my drive with all of my data. So here I'm just taking the same Phillips screwdriver to remove the bracket that's holding down my storage disk. I previously upgraded it from the spinning hard drive to this SSD. If you're curious about that process, I did a whole video on that on my channel. You can check that out. But again, just taking that Phillips head screwdriver, unscrewing the two screws on the bracket so that you can lift that away. And then you just need to be very gentle to remove the data ribbon cable that's connected to your drive. Next step is now to disconnect the battery connector, which is located right here. And this is where, if you don't have long nails, you may want to utilize a plastic spudger. But if you just use your fingernails to dig into the edges, you should be able to very carefully pop off that connector. Make sure you push it up and away from the pins. Now we want to remove the battery screws. One is located near the battery connector over here. The other one is on the other side. But you can see because of my swollen battery, the plastic has already removed itself from the screw. So in this case, I just need to remove the one near the battery connector first to remove the battery itself. You want to take that pull tab and pull it upwards and then also forward so that it will slide out. With the old battery free, now is a good time to take a quick comparison of the genuine Apple battery versus the one that I got off eBay claiming to be genuine OEM. While the text printing on the battery looks very similar, you can tell that the serial numbers near the battery connector is clearly different. The genuine one actually says serial number, whereas the generic one just has a model number, I'm assuming, for the actual battery. Another tidbit is on the back side of the battery that was facing towards the chassis of the MacBook. You can see there's an additional sticker for the genuine one, and there's no sticker to be found on the replacement. And now we're ready to insert the new battery. If your battery has some protective plastic film over it, you definitely want to remove that prior to inserting. And in my case, I still have to unscrew that second screw since I didn't have to do it earlier to remove the battery. Then it's just a matter of making sure that the battery sits flush in its proper state before you go ahead and screw it in. The two screws for the battery are both black in color. There's one that's a little bit longer than the other. The longer one goes on the one near the battery connector to the right, and the shorter one goes to the one to the left. Pull out that tri-point screwdriver once again to tighten these screws. With the new battery snugly in place, now we just got to reconnect that battery connector, press down carefully until it snaps in, and then here's that optional step again that you need to replace your storage drive. So reconnect it and then situate it nice and flush. put the holding bracket back in, you'll need your Phillips screwdriver in this case to screw it back down. With everything back inside, let's go ahead and put back the bottom cover, recover all your screws. 3 of these 10 silver screws is a lot longer than the other ones, and you can easily tell which they go. I would recommend that you first do those because they obviously will not fit in the shallower holes. They go in the 3 to the right near the hinge. And then of course you want to put in the rest of the small ones. Once again, your Phillips screwdriver to screw these back in. And now the moment of truth. And now's the time to push back the trackpad to its original state before it was all puffed up because of the swollen battery. And it looks like overall the new battery stats are good, so no need for me to return it. Thank goodness. And that's how you replace the battery in your unibody MacBook Pro. Hope you found this video helpful. Give it a like if you did. Subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.